Loretta Lynn's rise from the harsh realities of poverty in Butcher Hollow, Kentucky, to becoming the undisputed queen of country music is a story of grit, determination, and undeniable talent. With unforgettable hits like Coal Miner's Daughter and You Ain't Woman Enough, Loretta captured the hearts of millions. But behind the glittering success and iconic performances lay a life filled with personal battles, heartbreak, and sacrifices that few knew about. Born on April 14, 1932, as Loretta Webb in the isolated mountain community of Butcher Hollow, Loretta's early years were marked by hardship. The eldest daughter in a family of 8, she grew up under the watchful eyes of her parents, Clara Marie and Melvin Ted Webb. Ted worked tirelessly as a coal miner and subsistence farmer, striving to provide for his growing family. The Webb family also claimed Cherokee heritage through Loretta's mother, although this connection was never formally recognized by the tribe. Loretta's parents had a unique and even glamorous approach to naming their children. She was named after Loretta Young, a Hollywood star who enchanted audiences worldwide with her beauty and grace. However, young Loretta's life couldn't have been farther from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. The family's living conditions were harsh and unrelenting. Butcher Hollow had no paved roads, no cars, and certainly no indoor plumbing. Loretta didn't even ride in a car until she was 12. Clothing was a luxury, and Loretta wore dresses made from flour sacks until she was 7. The Webb family lived in a small, drafty cabin, struggling to make ends meet. The pages from the Sears catalog were used to block the cold winds, and meals were sparse, often just bread with flour and water gravy. A coal miner's steak, a treat, was nothing more than bologna. When Loretta was 11, the family was finally able to purchase a modest 4-room house, marking the first time she slept in a real bed instead of the floor. But it was this tough upbringing, full of hardship and struggle, that shaped the woman who would one day become a musical legend. By the late 1950s, Loretta began to make a name for herself in the local clubs. Her powerful voice, raw emotion, and relatable lyrics quickly captivated audiences. She formed a band, the Trailblazers, with her brother Jay Webb, and began performing across the region. Although the start was humble, it marked the beginning of a journey that would soon lead her to stardom. Loretta's big break came when she won a wristwatch in a televised talent contest hosted by the legendary Buck Owens. The watch was a nice touch, but it was the exposure she gained from the contest that changed her life. Soon after, a Canadian music enthusiast named Norm Burley, who had been impressed by her performance, co-founded Zero Records just to sign her. It was a defining moment in Loretta's life, a chance to share her music with the world, and the beginning of a career that would see her become one of the most influential figures in country music history. But the road to success wasn't without its challenges. Behind the public persona of the strong, independent country queen, Loretta fought against exploitative contracts, a tumultuous marriage, and a relentless battle for her music rights. Her story is a testament to resilience, as she not only fought for her place in country music, but also for the control of her own narrative. Loretta Lynn wasn't just a country music star. She was a force of nature, a woman who shaped the very genre she helped define, all while navigating the stormy waters of fame, personal loss, and the struggle for independence. Her legacy is one of triumph, and her music continues to inspire generations of artists and fans alike. With the ink barely dry on her contract with Zero Records, Loretta Lynn found herself in Hollywood, ready to record her first songs. 4 of her own compositions were laid down on tape, including I'm a Honky Tonk Girl, a track that would go on to become her signature song. The recording session took place at United Western Recorders, a legendary studio where some of the most iconic musicians had recorded their tracks. With seasoned musicians like Speedy West on steel guitar and Roy Lanham on guitar, Loretta's voice was infused with a unique West Coast sound, a sound distinct from the traditional Nashville style she would later become known for. This was a pivotal moment in Loretta's career, an opportunity to finally share her music with the world. I'm a Honky-Tonk Girl, with its infectious melody and relatable lyrics about heartbreak and perseverance, became Loretta's first hit. It was a song that would propel her into the limelight, setting the stage for her rise to country music stardom. Loretta and her husband, Doolittle, hit the road, traveling from one country radio station to another, tirelessly promoting their song. Meanwhile, the team at Zero Records worked just as hard, spreading Loretta's music to radio stations across the country. One of the most significant boosts came when her song reached KFOX in Long Beach, California, where it quickly gained popularity. By the time Loretta and Doolittle arrived in Nashville, the heart of country music, I'm a Honky-Tonk Girl, had already made its mark, climbing to number 14 on the Billboard Country and Western chart. This early success opened doors for Loretta, leading to a contract with Decca Records and the formation of her very first fan club in 1960. By the end of that year, Billboard magazine had recognized Loretta as the number 4 most promising country female artist. It was clear that the Honky-Tonk Girl from Butcher Hollow was on the fast track to becoming a legend. As her career continued to soar, Loretta formed a strong bond with the Wilburn Brothers, a popular country duo who took her under their wing. Their guidance, combined with her frequent performances at the Grand Ole Opry, the hallowed ground of country music, helped her rise to the top of the charts. By the mid-1960s, Loretta was the undisputed queen of country music. Her powerful voice, combined with her raw and honest lyrics, resonated deeply with audiences across the nation. However, success in the spotlight came with its own set of challenges. Loretta's contract with the Wilburn Brothers granted them the publishing rights to her songs, meaning they controlled her music and, consequently, reaped the financial rewards. This arrangement became a source of great frustration for Loretta, who would spend decades fighting to regain ownership of her own creations. The battle for her music rights ultimately led her to stop writing new songs in the 1970s, a painful blow for someone who had once been known as a prolific and passionate songwriter. Despite this setback, Loretta's career didn't falter. In 1962, she reached another significant milestone. The Honky-Tonk Girl from Kentucky, who had once worn dresses made from flour sacks, had truly become a country music legend. Her voice not just a melody, but the heart of a genre that resonated with the working class, the broken-hearted, and those seeking solace in the simplicity and honesty of her music. When Loretta Lynn joined the Grand Ole Opry, it wasn't just another career milestone. It was a dream realized for the girl from Butcher Hollow. The Opry, the most prestigious stage in country music, recognized her undeniable talent and solidified her place among the greats. It was a full-circle moment, one that proved Loretta's remarkable rise from poverty to superstardom. In the early years of her career, Loretta found a mentor and cherished friend in the legendary Patsy Cline, whose support was invaluable as Loretta navigated the turbulent waters of the music industry. Their friendship was a lifeline, offering both guidance and inspiration during the challenging moments of Loretta's ascent. Years later, in 2010, Loretta fondly reflected on her close bond with both Patsy and Tammy Wynette, recalling, "Best friends are like husbands. You only need one at a time." This simple but profound statement highlighted the depth of connection Loretta shared with these women, who truly understood the unique struggles and triumphs of being female country stars in an industry dominated by men. Loretta's first single with Decca Records, released in 1962, was an immediate success, reaching number 6 on the charts. This marked the beginning of a string of top 10 hits that would continue throughout the 1970s. Songs like Before I'm Over You and Wine, Women and Song became fan favorites, firmly establishing Loretta as a rising star in country music. But she wasn't just riding the wave of success, she was creating waves of her own. In late 1964, she teamed up with another country legend, Ernest Tubb, for their first duet album. The album was a hit, and they followed it up with 2 more, again in 1967, and If We Put Our Heads Together in 1969. Yet Loretta's solo career was truly taking off in a way that few could have predicted. In 1965, she scored 3 major hits: Happy Birthday, a sweet, sentimental tune that became a birthday staple; Blue Kentucky Girl, a heartfelt ballad that would later be covered by Emmylou Harris; and The Home You're Tearing Down, a powerful anthem about the devastation of a crumbling marriage. That year, her record label released 2 albums, Songs from My Heart and Blue Kentucky Girl, both of which showcased Loretta's unique voice and undeniable songwriting talent. Loretta wasn't just singing about love and loss, she was tackling real-world issues head-on. In 1966, she released Dear Uncle Sam, a poignant song that addressed the human cost of the Vietnam War, becoming one of the first country songs to reflect the war's devastating impact on families and soldiers. It was a testament to Loretta's ability to address serious societal topics in a genre often known for its more light-hearted fare. But Loretta's boldest move came that same year when she released You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man, a fiery anthem of female empowerment that catapulted to #1 on the charts. It was a momentous achievement, making Loretta the first female country artist to write and record a chart-topping hit. 1967 was a defining year for Loretta, with the release of Don't Come Home A-Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind, a song that resonated with countless women across the nation. Its catchy melody and brutally honest lyrics about a woman at her breaking point, fed up with her husband's drinking, struck a chord with listeners. The song marked the beginning of an era where Loretta would continue to churn out hits that reflected the everyday struggles of women. Her 1968 album, Fist City, was another triumph, with the title track becoming a chart topper. The song was a bold warning to women who dared flirt with Loretta's man, a fiery declaration of independence and strength. The album also featured the hit, What Kind of a Girl Do You Think I Am?, further solidifying Loretta's place as one of the genre's most compelling songwriters. Loretta's music, with its raw honesty and fearless exploration of women's lives, was a breath of fresh air in the country music scene. With each song, she shattered the expectations of what a female artist could do, delivering not only chart-topping hits but songs that spoke to the real experiences of her fans. She was not just singing for the spotlight, she was singing for the women who saw themselves in her words. Loretta Lynn wasn't just a country music star, she was a trailblazer who never shied away from tackling the gritty realities of life. Infidelity, alcoholism, and female empowerment were all subjects she boldly addressed, and her songs were more than just music. They were a reflection of the struggles and triumphs that many women could relate to. Often delivered with a sharp sense of humor and a dose of sass, Loretta's lyrics hit hard, resonating deeply with listeners who appreciated her authenticity. Her 1968 album, Yours on the Warpath, was another smash hit, featuring 2 top 5 songs: the title track, and You've Just Stepped In, from Steppin' Out on Me. These songs showcased Loretta's feisty spirit and knack for writing catchy yet empowering anthems. It was clear that Loretta was never going to conform to the traditional tame expectations of country music. She was here to speak her truth, and audiences were listening. In 1969, she released her 3rd chart topper, Woman of the World, Leave My World Alone, a powerful anthem about independence and self-respect. The song not only climbed the charts, but solidified Loretta as a champion for women who craved control over their own lives. This was followed by To Make a Man Feel Like a Man, another top 10 hit that delved into the complexities of relationships and the importance of communication between partners. But it was You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man that truly cemented Loretta's place as an icon. This song became one of her most enduring hits, celebrated for its unapologetic portrayal of a woman standing her ground in the face of betrayal. Its bold message of empowerment was just the beginning of Loretta's reign in the 1970s. The decade brought her even greater success, especially with the release of Coal Miner's Daughter in 1970. This autobiographical ballad, which told the story of her humble beginnings and rise to fame, shot straight to #1 on the Billboard country chart and even cracked the Billboard Hot 100, a rare achievement for a country song. The song's success not only solidified Loretta as a country music legend, but also led to a best-selling autobiography and an Oscar-winning biopic, both of which shared the same name. It was a testament to Loretta's profound influence on popular culture and her unique ability to connect with people through both her music and her story. But Loretta wasn't just about sentimental ballads. In 1973, she stirred controversy with Rated X, a song that boldly addressed the stigma surrounding divorced women. The song hit #1, and once again, Loretta's fearlessness in confronting societal issues was evident. She wasn't afraid to tackle sensitive, even taboo topics. She was more concerned with speaking up for women who felt voiceless in a world that often judged them harshly. In 1975, Loretta released The Pill, a groundbreaking song that openly discussed birth control, a topic rarely mentioned in country music at the time. It was yet another example of Loretta's willingness to address taboo subjects in her music, making waves in a genre that had often shied away from anything too controversial. Loretta's autobiographical songs, which drew from her own experiences and the lives of the women around her, continued to dominate the charts. She wasn't just writing songs for herself, she was writing for all the women who found solace and strength in her words. In 1976, her autobiography, Coal Miner's Daughter, co-written with George Vesey, was published. The candid, heartwarming account of her life spent in poverty and her rise to fame spent weeks on the New York Times bestseller list, cementing Loretta's place as a cultural icon. The 1970s also marked a monumental collaboration for Loretta when she teamed up with the smooth-voiced Conway Twitty. Their musical chemistry was undeniable, and together they became one of the most beloved duos in country music history. Between 1971 and 1975, they racked up 5 consecutive #1 songs, including the Grammy-winning duet, After the Fire Is Gone. Their harmonious sound was irresistible, and fans couldn't get enough of their chemistry both on and off the stage. Loretta Lynn was more than just a country music star. She was a force of nature, a storyteller who gave voice to the challenges, heartbreaks, and victories of women everywhere. Through her songs, she not only entertained, she empowered, making her an indelible figure in the world of music and beyond. Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty's partnership was a musical marriage made in heaven. Their chemistry was undeniable, their voices blending effortlessly, and their lyrics captured the hearts of country music fans across the nation. For 4 consecutive years, from 1972 to 1975, they were named Vocal Duo of the Year by the Country Music Association, with their success extending well beyond the stage. They racked up numerous accolades from the Academy of Country Music and the American Music Awards, but perhaps the most telling sign of their success was the unwavering love and devotion from their fans. From 1971 to 1981, readers of Music City News voted them the #1 duet every single year, a testament to their enduring popularity. Their string of top 10 hits during this time firmly established them as one of the most successful duos in country music history. Together, Loretta and Conway became legends, their harmony reflecting the perfect balance between raw emotion and masterful storytelling. In 1971, Loretta scored her 5th #1 hit with the unforgettable One's on the Way. Written by the iconic Shel Silverstein, this song became an anthem for women everywhere, capturing the often overlooked struggles of a pregnant woman juggling family life and personal dreams. Its catchy tune and relatable lyrics resonated deeply, making it an instant classic. That year, Loretta's chart success didn't stop there. She also released I Want to Be Free, You're Looking at Country, and Here I Am Again, all of which showcased her unmistakable voice and ability to connect with her audience. In 1973, Loretta made history yet again, becoming the first country star to grace the cover of Newsweek magazine. This milestone marked her crossover appeal, underscoring her growing influence not only in country music, but also in popular culture. But the biggest recognition came in 1972 when she made history at the CMA Awards by becoming the first woman ever to be nominated for and win the prestigious Entertainer of the Year award. Beating out legendary figures like George Jones and Tammy Wynette, Loretta proved that she was more than just a female country artist. She was a true force to be reckoned with. Loretta's rise to the top was a reflection of her indomitable spirit. Coming from humble beginnings, she had proven time and time again that talent, hard work, and resilience could shatter any barrier. In 1977, she paid tribute to her late friend and fellow country legend, Patsy Cline, with the album I Remember Patsy. This heartfelt homage featured Loretta's renditions of some of Patsy's most beloved songs, with two singles, She's Got You and Why Can't He Be You, becoming massive hits. Loretta's version of She's Got You soared to #1, while Why Can't He Be You reached #7, demonstrating Loretta's unparalleled ability to bring new life to classic tracks. But Loretta wasn't slowing down. In 1978, she released Out of My Head and Back in My Bed, which became her final #1 hit. This song, with its catchy melody and honest depiction of a woman's enduring love for her flawed man, resonated deeply with audiences. It became a staple on country radio, showcasing Loretta's ever-growing connection to her listeners. The following year, in 1979, she kept the hits rolling with 2 more top 5 singles, proving that she was still at the peak of her game. Loretta Lynn wasn't just a country music star. She was a trailblazer, a woman who rose from the coal mines of Kentucky to conquer the world of country music. Her career was a testament to her unyielding talent, her deep connection with her audience, and her ability to push boundaries both in her music and her life. With each hit, each performance, and each award, Loretta solidified her place as one of the greatest artists in the history of country music. Loretta Lynn, the beloved queen of country music, was much more than a chart-topping singer. She was a woman of the people. Her fierce loyalty to her fans was at the core of her success. She would spend countless hours signing autographs, always ready to connect with the very people who had made her a star. In fact, she once told a newspaper editor, "These people are my fans. I'll stay here until the very last one wants my autograph. Without these people, I am nobody. I love these people." It was this genuine, down-to-earth nature that made Loretta not just a country icon, but a relatable figure to millions. Despite her immense fame, she never lost sight of the roots that grounded her. In 1979, Loretta Lynn soared in popularity as the spokesperson for Crisco Oil, thanks to her folksy charm and authentic presence in commercials that became ubiquitous on TV. She was also honored as Artist of the Decade by the Academy of Country Music, cementing her status as a pioneer for women in country music. Bursting onto the scene in the 1960s, Loretta's distinctive sound, raw and relatable, gave voice to American women through powerful anthems. Her first #1 hit, Don't Come Home A-Drinkin', along with other chart toppers like Coal Miner's Daughter, resonated far beyond country borders. Loretta tackled taboo subjects in her songs, discussing women's struggles in marriages and societal double standards. Tracks like The Pill and Dear Uncle Sam addressed birth control and the Vietnam War's repercussions. Despite having 8 songs banned from the airwaves, she remained a fierce advocate for unheard women, pushing boundaries in country music. Her autobiography, Coal Miner's Daughter, became a bestseller and was adapted into a Hollywood film in 1980, starring Sissy Spacek. Loretta Lynn's legacy as a cultural icon and courageous artist reflects her commitment to authenticity and the power of self-expression. Loretta Lynn was a versatile artist known for her groundbreaking musical collaborations. In 2004, she teamed up with rock musician Jack White for the album Van Leer Rose, which earned 5 Grammy nominations and 2 wins, showcasing her ability to blend country with rock. Her adventurous spirit and adaptability throughout her career solidified her status as a multifaceted artist beyond traditional country music. Over the decades, Loretta received numerous accolades, including induction into the Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame and the Country Music Hall of Fame. In 2013, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, recognizing her profound impact on American culture. With over 70 albums to her name, including the successful 1980 film adaptation of her life, Coal Miner's Daughter, which won an Academy Award for actress Sissy Spacek, Loretta's influence spanned generations. Throughout the 80s, she released notable singles like Pregnant Again and Heart Don't Do This to Me, showcasing the complexities of women's lives. Collaboration projects such as Shadowland in 1987, which featured a tribute to iconic female country singers, further emphasized her lasting impact on the genre. Loretta's induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1988 marked a significant highlight in her remarkable career. In 1993, Loretta Lynn made a triumphant return to the music scene by collaborating with Dolly Parton and Tammy Wynette on the album Honky Tonk Angels. The project featured the hit Silver Threads and Golden Needles, reaching the top 10 and achieving gold status in both the US and Canada. This success solidified her status as a country music icon, earning Grammy and Country Music Association Award nominations. Loretta also released a 3-CD boxed set of her greatest hits and hosted a 7-week series called Loretta Lynn and Friends on the Nashville Network, revealing her storied career. In 1995, she received the Pioneer Award at the Academy of Country Music Awards, honoring her groundbreaking contributions to female artists in the genre. Tragedy struck in 1996 when her husband, Doolittle Do Mooney Lynn, passed away, leaving Loretta devastated after 48 years of marriage. However, she returned to music in 2000 with the album Still Country, featuring the single Country in My Jeans, which made her the first woman to chart singles across 5 decades. In 2002, she published her second autobiography, Still Woman Enough, and a cookbook titled You're Cooking It Country, showcasing her multifaceted talents. In 2004, Loretta Lynn made waves with her album Van Leer Rose, a collaboration with rock musician Jack White that combined rock elements with her traditional country roots. The album was acclaimed by both country and rock audiences, earning a Grammy Award for Best Country Album of the Year and reinforcing her status as a musical innovator. In 2010, a tribute album featuring various stars like Reba McEntire and Carrie Underwood highlighted her classic hits, with the duet of Coal Miner's Daughter becoming highly successful on the charts, marking her as the only female country artist to have hits across 6 decades. Alongside recording, Loretta toured extensively and shared her life story in her autobiography, Honky Tonk Girl, My Life in Lyrics. In 2013, she contributed the song Take Your Gun and Go, John to the album Divided and United, Songs of the Civil War, showcasing her storytelling prowess. Loretta Lynn returned to the studio in 2015, releasing Full Circle in 2016, which debuted at number 19 on the Billboard Hot 200 chart. This album was a tribute to her legacy, featuring both new material and re-recorded classics, alongside collaborations with iconic artists like Elvis Costello and Willie Nelson. In 2016, Loretta Lynn released her Christmas album, White Christmas Blue, and continued her success with Full Circle, earning a Grammy nomination for Country Album of the Year. However, in 2017, health issues forced her to cancel her tour. Nevertheless, her passion for music remained strong, leading to the 2018 release of Wouldn't It Be Great, showcasing her resilience. That year, she received the Artist of a Lifetime Award at the CMT Artists of the Year ceremony. In 2019, their lifelong friendship with Patsy Cline was honored with the Lifetime movie Patsy and Loretta. In 2021, she released her 50th studio album, Still Woman Enough, featuring collaborations with Carrie Underwood and Reba McEntire, cementing her status as a country music icon. Loretta's relationship with her late husband, Loretta Lynn, was complex, marked by a quick marriage at 15 and struggles including infidelity. Despite the challenges, she remained committed, famously stating, "He never hit me one time." Loretta transformed personal experiences into powerful music, resonating with many and establishing her as a voice for women. Her journey, marked by love, heartbreak, and resilience, became the foundation of her enduring legacy in country music. Loretta Lynn and her husband, raised 6 children, but faced profound losses with the deaths of their eldest daughter, Betty Sue, in 2013, and son Jack Benny in 1984 due to drowning. These tragedies highlighted the unpredictability of life despite their fame. However, their surviving children, Ernest Ray and twins Peggy Jean and Patsy Eileen, continue to uphold the Lynn legacy, with the twins' names signifying Loretta's close familial bonds, honoring her sister and friend Patsy Cline. Loretta's ranch in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, became an integral part of her legacy, transforming into a popular tourist spot featuring recording studios, museums, restaurants, and even motocross events, allowing fans to experience her journey from humble beginnings to country music stardom. In 2017, Loretta suffered a stroke, resulting in canceled tours and delayed album releases, compounded by a hip fracture in 2018. Nevertheless, her indomitable spirit prevailed as she continued writing and inspiring others. Loretta Lynn passed away peacefully at 90 on October 4, 2022, at her ranch, marking the end of an era. Her legacy endures through her impactful music, story, and the lives she touched, solidifying her status as a voice for women and a trailblazer in country music.